You know, you think of luxury, you usually imagine having things done for you. Like you don't buy a Ferrari and expect it to arrive in boxes with an Allen wrench, right?
No, definitely not.
Well, welcome to today's deep dive. We are unpacking the spec sheet of the Draper 254222 Profile Plus fixed frame screen, and our mission today is to figure out why you would spend almost $3,000 on a massive 110-inch projection screen that you actually have to put together yourself.
Yeah. That DIY aspect definitely feels counterintuitive for high-end AV gear, but it's actually the entire key to making a display of this scale work in the real world. I mean, we're talking about a classic 16.9 HDTV footprint that measures almost 9 feet across.
Right, 9 feet. And it sits, what, less than 2 inches off the wall. It has this zero-edge, borderless option, so it's basically like an infinity pool for your wall.
Exactly. An infinite pool is a great way to put it. It's actually sleeker than most flat panel TVs because there's absolutely no bezel holding the screen in place.
Okay, but how does that actually work structurally without a bezel? Like, what holds it together?
Yeah. So achieving that bezel-less look requires some really clever engineering. The frame uses these extruded aluminum baffles on all four sides. Instead of a thick border wrapping around the front to hold the fabric tight, these baffles provide the rigid skeleton strictly from behind.
Oh, wow. So it's all completely hidden.
Yeah, all hidden. That creates what architects call a mullion-less display. Because there's no framing on the outside edge, you could theoretically tile multiple screens side by side.
Wait, really? With no gap?
Zero visual separation between the images. It's completely seamless.
Okay, an unbroken, bezel-free video wall does sound incredible. But creating a massive image brings up a glaring physical problem.
Yeah.
Like taking a giant 9-foot rigid rectangle and actually getting it into a room.
Right, the bottleneck of doors and hallways.
Exactly, which explains the whole IKEA-style flat-pack delivery thing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, for nearly $3,000, a premium brand would ship it ready to go if they could, right? But you physically can't navigate switchback stairs or commercial elevators with something this huge.
No, you really can't. It's a pure logistical necessity. It ships unassembled specifically to solve that maneuverability problem. But to ensure you don't need, a team of engineers to build it once it's inside, Draper uses this sliding hook and loop system.
Hook and loop. Wait, not snaps.
Yeah, exactly. Traditional metal snaps can create uneven pulling, which leaves these visible dimples along the edges. But the sliding hooks allow the tension to distribute evenly. So you just assemble the lightweight aluminum skeleton, attach the gray XH600V viewing surface, and the system pulls it into a perfectly flat canvas.
Okay, so I've essentially built a perfectly tensioned 110-inch sail in my living room.
Pretty much, yeah.
So my next question is, how does this beast actually attach to the wall? I imagine hanging something this large requires serious industrial hardware.
Yeah.
Like you're tearing up the drywall to find every single stud.
Actually, no. The lightweight aluminum frame saves you there, too. It just hangs on standard wall brackets that ship right in the box. Now, if a church or a corporate training room needs to suspend it from the ceiling, they do have to specially request flown brackets. But otherwise, it's really straightforward.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
But the real magic is in that gray fabric you mentioned earlier. Specifically, their XH600V material, which features a 0.6 gain rating for front projection.
Let's unpack that a bit, because screen gain is a huge factor. A 0.6 gain means the screen is actually designed to reflect less light back at the viewer, right?
Yes, exactly. It acts kind of like a sponge for ambient room light.
Right, because normally your projector's blacks look washed out and milky in a bright room, but this material eats up the glare so your contrast stays sharp.
It does, and you even have the option to add LED backlighting behind the screen to make it pop even more.
Okay, but listeners, here is where we have to warn you about the crucial fine print. Designing a custom setup like this means there is zero margin for error. Because this is a special order item, the purchase is strictly non-cancelable, non-returnable, and non-refundable.
Yeah, there is absolutely no safety net here. You must measure your space carefully before you buy.
So true. But I guess that's the trade-off. To summarize the value proposition here, it's a highly customized, ultra-sleek visual centerpiece for home theaters or corporate rooms, completely bypassing the physical constraints of a building.
Exactly. It transforms a blank wall without the bulky footprint of an actual television, which actually leaves us with a really fascinating architectural question to think about.
Oh, what's that?
Well, with mullion-less displays allowing for zero separation between screens, are we approaching a future where physical walls just simply disappear? Like, will they be replaced entirely by edge-to-edge customizable digital canvases?
Wow. That is wild to picture. A house where the walls themselves are just one big infinity screen. Definitely something to mull over next time you're measuring your living room.